All right, Christian. It's warm here in Missouri in the February, early March. We're probably going to get another ice storm before it's officially spring. But let's have a little fun. Next holiday we got coming up is St. Patrick's Day. You got a little Irish heritage in you. A luck of the Irish.
Yep.
And so let's...
Top of your morning.
So how can we spin off this fun little holiday for you into bucks and trucks?
Well, I figure we'll talk a little bit about getting lucky in your finances.
Oh, okay. Getting lucky in your finances.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we're gonna find out how to get that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So, we're talking a little bit about just, again, misconceptions, common. A lot of people think the lottery is a retirement solution.
For that one person that wins, it is, though.
It's funny. Most people win the lottery are broke within 6 months. But you only have a 1 in 292 million chance. It's actually lower for the Powerball. It's 1 in 302 million chance that you are going to win the lottery. Just to put that in perspective, you have a better chance of a tornado going through a garbage dump and assembling a 747 ready to fly.
Insert Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, that's it.
I think one of the biggest misconceptions is, and it's crazy to me that some people think this, but people think if they utter the words, "I am retired," the government flashes this big rainbow and there's a big pile of money waiting for somebody just because they said, "I'm retired."
Yep.
And reality is, unless you have a pension or some sort of retirement plan that's provided by your employer, if you're not saving your dollars now, there's not going to be that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
I mean, even if you're doing that, you have issues where, you've got some pensions that failed in the United States. In fact, we just, over COVID, bailed out the Teamsters pension because it wasn't being run appropriately, and then it was gonna leave everyone broke and high and dry. So, listen, I'm a big, be a little self-sufficient, right? And so that means saving in your IRAs, your 401ks, the things that you get to have your hands on and control.
And we've talked about this in a previous Bucks and Trucks of 401ks in general. Those of you that are new to watching our show, just a quick summary on that. If you're wondering, is a 401k better for me or is it better for my employer? Or is there a chance that I lose my 401k with my employer? You are completely protected from that. That is your money, your assets. No matter what your employer does, that is your money. And if there's any concerns about that, reach out to us. We're happy to talk about it.
Yeah.
That is your money at the end of the day.
Heavily regulated by the Department of Labor. So, and trust me, the government doesn't want to take your 401k because they figured this out. Social Security's probably not going to pay for your retirement. So please, please, please save on your own. But that brings us to this point. I think this is a really cool point. I read this in Everyday Millionaires, and it polled 10,000 self-made millionaires. They had a net worth of $1 million, and they just asked them how you did it. 79% did it inside of their 401k retirement accounts. So 79% made their first million in their retirement accounts. The more time you have, the more doubles you can achieve. We talked about this in
the power of compounding interest.
Yeah.
And that's really what it ultimately comes down to. And if you really struggle or need help with figuring out how much do I need to be saving so I can live my optimal lifestyle and not have to just completely take a decrease or a demotion in my retirement living, sit down with a financial professional. That is what we do day in and day out, is helping people with a lot of money or a little money. And so it all depends on you, nobody else, you. And that's what we're here for. And if you need help figuring out where do I need to be to get to this destination, we can solve that for you.
So if you want to be a millionaire and you want to retire at age 65 and you start around age 23, how much money do you have per month to save to become a millionaire? Well, if you're age 23 and you start then and you're saving on a monthly basis, it's about $98. If you could earn something close to an 8 to 9% return, it's about, which is average for the market, you're probably going to look at needing to save about $98 a month. So $100. If you're age 30 and that's when you start, well, now it's not $100, it's $280. So you've almost tripled how much it costs you per month to get there. If you're now age 40, that goes from 280 up into well into the 700s. If you're then age 55 or older, which honestly is where a lot of people come to us and they're like, now I'm ready to talk about retirement. Well, I really wish you would talk to us back when you were 23, but now you want to talk to us about retirement. And if they haven't saved what they want to and they want to be a millionaire by the time they turn age 65, so in 10 years, they're saving well in excess of $5,000 a month, almost $5,200. And you're going, well, you can't do that, right? Like they'd look at you and be like, I don't have that type of money to save. Of course you don't. That's a mortgage payment plus. And so you're now life shrinks in really fast for them. Even though they have 10 more years before they'd ever think about retirement, it shrinks in really fast. But let's just talk about this. Even if you've never done anything yet, don't stop yourself from doing anything, because something is better than nothing.
So another big topic, you had a birthday recently.
I did. Yeah.
How old?
34.
Man, you're so old. That was my basketball number. So maybe it'll be a good year for you.
I think it'll be a great year, although it was a little rough. I had my birthday and almost immediately got sick afterwards. So
I thought you were dead.
I felt horrible. I did.
You know it's bad when your dad and I are talking, he just goes, how about you just shut the door? Like, yeah. But did you feel older, feel wiser? Any new age resolutions?
Oh, just keep trying to be a little bit better each year, you know, learn something new, I've been trying to work out, be better about it, to be really consistent about that.
Working on the water guns.
I'm just trying to keep up with my kids, man. Four boys, I'm just trying to keep up.
So next episode, we've got our classic, the Bucks and Trucks Masters.
Bring a little golf action to it.
So comment who you think's going to win. Christian over here is the golfer, but he's struggling right now. So I'm going to try to be mental warfare for him, and just basically be like the Happy Gilmore guy in the background, being in his ear the whole time. And so there's a chance, ladies and gentlemen, that this is my year for the match play. So we are playing on his home course, so that's, it's not fair, but I'm just saying, it's not fair.
We need to get you to lose your 60 again, and I'm guaranteed.
So it's going to be an interesting year. Don't know if we're going to have our Bucks and Trucks apparel by then, but also be on the lookout in upcoming episodes where we have some Bucks and Trucks branded apparel, not for sale, maybe live auction items, and we'll autograph them.
Okay, great.
But
hey, maybe we'll get there.
Maybe we'll get there. But then also, thank you to our wonderful admin Diane. She is the one that gave us this awesome idea of St. Patrick's Day, of Luck of the Irish, and there's not always a pot of gold at your retirement if you haven't done anything with savings. So shout out to her, but as always, be sure to give us feedback on what you would like to see for upcoming episodes so we can give you guys valuable content. So that wraps up this episode of Bucks and Trucks. We hope you guys enjoyed it. But before you guys get too crazy on us on St. Patrick's Day, as always, be sure to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook.
Hey, if you have any questions, we'd love to be your financial advisors on your path to finding your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Reach out to us with any questions or concerns, or always visit us on PCIAOzarks.com. But as always,
keep on trucking.